And so now it's my pleasure and my honor to cede the floor to our new county executive, Mr. Steuart Pittman.
So I didn't come to speak, I came to listen, but and I don't normally come to meetings I'm not invited to, but that's okay. I had to come to this one because I came here, we were over in the room over there, when Richard Klein was here. It was during the campaign, and I heard what he had to say. He showed a lot of videos of a lot of the same things that you were talking about. And after that, I went running back to the Soil Conservation District where I was on the board. And I'm really glad that Brian Riddle is here, the chair of the Soil Conservation District, and John Chakowski is back, who's the head of the staff. Because I went running back to them and I said, we got to figure out a way to increase the standards beyond what the state is requiring when we give the permits for erosion and sediment control. Soil Conservation doesn't do the inspections. They simply check the boxes of the state law when the developer comes in, the builder, and they have a plan for erosion and sediment control. And we know that those plans don't work. They're designed for an inch and a half of rain or something, and they're just not adequate for what we need. And so we kept going every month. Brian and I would go to the board and go and say, we got to come up with a better way. There's got to be some standard that's higher than the state is requiring that can do a better job even in these heavy rains, or at least in the moderately heavy rains. And I know they're looking at it. Brian's committed to trying to do better. If you have ideas of what we can do, tell us what our standards should be. I know that folks are making money building this stuff, and if it costs a little bit more to keep the soil on the ground when they're in the process of building, it's absolutely worth it. Matthew Johnston are you still here, Matt?
Right there.
Oh, right here, right in front of me, Matt. Were you introduced yet? Matt is our new, okay, you were already? Great. Okay, Matt is our new environmental policy director, only been on staff for a week, already coming up with all kinds of ideas for great legislation. So we are looking, so if you have ideas of new laws, legislation that we can do, and also regulation, and what we need to do at IMP, let us know, because we're looking for those. Tonight, the county council, I believe, is going to pass the styrofoam ban. But there's another bill that's being introduced tonight that will, no more turtle run bill, I call it, the bill that says that you can no longer transfer development rights into the critical area, and I'm sure that will pass. And there's a whole series of environmental regulations that we want to do. And your comment about changing the culture at IMP, I couldn't agree with more. And when you were talking about MDE saying that it was in compliance, while our county folks are saying it's not in compliance, we're in the process of recruiting for a new IMP director, and we're going to look for somebody who really thinks that their client is not just the folks that are getting the permit, but also the citizens that live around it and the environment around it. And it is going to be a culture change, and it's going to be very different, I hope. So
hear, hear.
Got to find the right person. I don't know, Jesse. That's a tough job. But it's a huge pleasure to listen to Jesse Iliff, because this guy is an encyclopedia of knowledge, and he could probably go until midnight and talk. And I could probably go until midnight and talk too, but I won't. But I just wanted to be here and hear what you had to say, hear what your ideas were. And thank you all for the work that you're doing, because he's right, that if the citizens aren't there watching and you all aren't organizing and demanding that this stuff get cleaned up, it's not going to happen. So we're lucky in Anne Arundel County that we have a lot of environmental advocates that are working very hard, and keep at it and hold me and the council and everybody accountable, because we need it. Thanks.